Hey gamers, Ashby here. I wanted to talk about video games. I've been playing video games since like 2005, and I've noticed a lot of changes, specifically in the more recent years, in the last decade or so, with stuff like being microtransactions, the notorious Battlefront 2 remake, being the big one where people bought player cards or upgrades with real life money to be better in the multiplayer and such, and stuff like rampant cheating with the devs not doing anything, like Black Ops 6, that's been a recent problem, or stuff like Battlefield 2042. And just generally how toxic the online gaming community can be, like when For Honor dropped, man, that game was so hyped up, and then once it got online, it was just people that played with broken heroes specifically, or ganked, or just were overall toxic, and would send, like GG get good kid or something with crying emojis. And me as an adult just trying to boot up my Xbox after working, doing stuff like chores all day, or just being an overall responsible adult, or just even making content on the side as a hobby, I just want to play games for enjoyment. And it feels like since 2016 or so, when games like Dead by Daylight, or like I said, For Honor dropped, something has changed, Like when the gaming community has gotten so infatuated with itself, maybe, like their ego has gotten so hyper inflated, man. It's like, dude, it's just a game, man. Just play it for casual enjoyment. And now I'm not saying, if it's competitive games, like Six Siege or like Counter-Strike or whatever, don't be competitive. But if it's like a really big casual fan base, or new players or whatever, or a new game, just try not to sweat, man. It's a new game. There's a lot of bugs, people are still learning, all that stuff. And I remember growing up, with my brother playing games like the original Call of Duties or Medal of Honors without even having internet access, being like 6 through 10 or something, and Black Ops, the first Black Ops dropping in like 2012. And that's when I really got into online, because it was such a hyped game, and it looked good, and I played it, and it was a good game. But another huge problem is like pay to win, because like in games like Battlefront 2's case, is that it gives players a huge distinct advantage, through loot boxes and other stuff like gear, especially PvP games like Destiny or whatever, man. That the better gear is, that's what wins. It's not more so skill in those games, it's that if you have the best gear and loot, that you're just automatically gonna win. And I'm not even gonna get into, the modern DEI stuff about how gaming has been woke or whatever, But thanks for listening, and like and share, and I'm gonna come out with more content like this.